Okay, so 3 tips to survive quarantine. All right, so 3 tips to survive quarantine. Now you have, all those tips on how to survive the coronavirus or whatever, but there's another thing going on at home. We're trying to survive quarantine, right? So what are 3 ways we can survive? Because as I can see it for myself through some of my family members, quarantine has probably got you stuck to the bed on your phone from, 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning just on TikTok. So what are some ways that we can combat that and not fall into those bad habits? Number 1, in the morning, waking up, and instead of going to your phone really quickly, instead of going to Instagram to check TikTok, just get out of bed, change, or shower. Like if you were going to go somewhere else. I know I have an accent with the but regardless, change like if you're going to go to school. Change like if you're going to go to, mass or school or something. Or shower if you typically shower in the morning. Like, just build a habit of starting your day like you're going to do something that day and not just, again, sit in your bed and go on TikTok the whole day. 2, going on those apps, setting a limit to your applications. The iPhone has this feature, Android, you can download an app to limit yourself. I'm not saying limit yourself to half an hour. We need, social media in this time, but maybe you don't need 6 hours of it, Maybe limit yourself to 2 hours and then bring down to an hour and a half after a week and then only an hour. It's very difficult, but it's also so difficult getting out of that, just the whole day scrolling and it's never ending. So limiting those applications, limiting Instagram, limiting TikTok, limiting Twitter, so you can do other things in your days. Take this time to master the craft that God gave you, the things that God gave you, playing the guitar, drawing, singing, making a movie script, making a video like this right now. I haven't made a video in so long, but just take time out of those apps that are draining your energy in this quarantine and give that energy, give that time to something that you have within you. And if you don't know what it is yet, find it right now. You don't have, what's a better time to find your gifts, your talents than right now that we have nothing else to do except for what it seems like we only have the thing we have to do, which is scrolling. And the third item, and the third and final tip, maybe there might be a bonus tip. It would be physical activities. The other day I was on Instagram and I was on Instagram for a little bit and I saw that Mowgli was, outside with his cousins and his siblings working out in his patio. And I'm like, well, he's lucky. He lives in a house. He has the luxury of being able to work out in, in a big patio. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't have a big patio myself, but, I do have a little, thingy-ma-thing in the back. So, the last few days I've been playing soccer, just by myself, just being active for what is basically, healthy for us. Half an hour to an hour. Sometimes I'm able to do a little more when the kids come outside and they want to play soccer. But, look for the space in your house that you might have, in your apartment for you to do some kind of physical activity. Now, I know some apartments are very limited and don't have anything in the world. It's as simple as going on YouTube, going into your bedroom, looking at one of those workout videos, and just following what they do, doing some Zumba. Or, I don't know, maybe you want to do something with your mom, with your cousin, with your whatever. But, finding time for yourself to be physically active in this time. Quarantine can drench our spirituality, our, physical aspects, all of our habits. You could just throw them around. And you don't want to do that because when we come back to the real world, you don't want to take 3 months to get used to it. You want to stay up to date, with what our real world was. And that would be through staying active. And I said there was going to be a bonus one, and it's going to be cheesy, and you're going to hate me, but prayer. I know. Prayer? Really? On a church video? How crazy. Very simple. Just in the morning, thank God that you were able to wake up, that you're still alive, that your family members are still healthy if they are. Asking for those that aren't, asking for those that are in the front lines fighting this war. And then when you go to sleep, thank God for another day. Thank God for the opportunity you had to enhance those gifts that He gave you. Thank God for, the health that your family members are still keeping. And thank God for those people, again, still fighting for us in those front lines. This feels like a war. So thanking God for those and thanking God that we get through this, It does seem like it's never going to end sometimes, but we know that with God's grace, it will come to an end. We will return to, normality. But just asking Him to speed that process up, because, some of us might get lost along the way. And, prayer is always good. So, again, really quickly, the first one was changing, right? I said changing like it's an outfit. The second one, setting a timer for your apps. Don't let those apps ruin your whole quarantine time. Right now, instead of wasting your time on those apps, take that time to develop your skills, develop the things that you're not good at yet, but you can be good at. You can come out of quarantine saying, I don't know how to play the guitar. You can come out of quarantine saying, I know how to sing, I know how to draw. Come out of the quarantine with gifts, and, better gifts than the ones you went in with. 3 would be finding time to do physical activities. You don't want to gain 50 pounds. I know I'm not the right guy to talk about this, but luckily, thankfully, gracefully, I am already starting to lose weight because, I'm limiting myself here and there. I'm going outside, I'm playing soccer, I'm being physical, more physical than I was when we had the whole world outside of our doors. And finally, prayer. There's no better time for prayer than right now that we're in Lent and that we are all stuck at home in quarantine. So that is all for me today. I hope you get through this quarantine. I hope we all get through this coronavirus. God bless you, and see you guys next time.